So with the Blastoise drop event just around the corner, I wanted to go over what you don't want to do and make sure that you don't make this mistake like I have done before. Now, obviously, the big event plus of this is the fact that you do get the lovely Blastoise card in itself. It's a decent card. It's not necessarily going to be the biggest playable card, as we do have some very nice Blastoise cards in general. We are going to get a few other event Pokemon as well. We're going to be looking at this Eevee right here. We're going to have Snivy, we're going to have Chinchino, and also Volcarona. Now, the big thing with this is you basically just beat the certain events or the certain type of decks, and you get these cards. You get a promo pack and you have a different drop weight between them. So normally there's like a 12.66% chance to get a Blastoise in the promo, and as you do these more and more, you will basically get all of them. Normally what you want to do is try and get as many as possible, because obviously with these, they potentially could be a good trading Pokemon. If somebody's missed the event, we've seen previous with the Lapras one, with the Venusaur one, if they've missed the event entirety, they didn't know it was happening, or they've just not bothered battling it, they might want these in the future. And especially, like anybody, when you want to collect everything, there's always a good chance to have a few of these already. So, they are going to be the best ones. You've obviously got the chances here, the percentage drops, but if you do play, the big thing is, you should be able to get these done. It normally takes 10-15 battles, and with good percentage drops, you should get all 5 of these quite easy. You got Eevee, Snivy, Chinchino, Volcarona, and the big Blastoise. When it comes to defeating the deck, you're pretty much just going against the opposite. So realistically, a Pikachu deck, anything with electric, maybe you want to go something more specific. You could even go for like a Celebi deck or something like that, and it still would work pretty well. Like you're gonna be pretty sound. So as you can see, you've got obviously a few different deck ideas from Pokemon Zone, where you've got a Pikachu, a Raichu, Jolteon, even Wigglytuff going on. If you're going for more of an expert, you've got Magnemite with Magneton and the ability, Voltorb, Electabuzz, and then you've got the Lieutenant Surge and the normal items anyway. So they are pretty standard. The Venusaur was quite an easy deck to beat. You've got obviously the Lapras one was pretty much just a Pikachu, as long as you've got some very early hitters, because that's the kind of big thing. If you're setting up every single time, you don't want to basically miss out on a chance. You kind of have to make sure your deck is almost just always bulletproof. Whereas when you look at like something like a Mewtwo or something that needs a third evolution stage, every 5 you might not get the deck pull. Whereas if you've got a Pikachu, it tends to be quite easy, and especially with the other Pikachu now, where basically you can have the same effect but a little bit less than the Pikachu EX, that deck's going to be fantastic to use on this one specifically. And the big thing is, when it comes to these events, you have an event pool, an event stamina, as you will. Like the Wonder Picks, you'll basically recharge this over time. So if you wanted to wait, you will obviously get more points to go into this every time that it's like 12 hours. I think it's every 12 hours you get 1 hourglass, and basically you can then utilize all 5 of them, and then you've just got to wait again. We will get event hourglasses as well that can replenish this, so there is multiple ways to be able to do that through the rewards and hopefully what you've already done before. Now, the one thing that you don't want to make, mistake number 1, is letting this fill up, because every time you let it fill up, it's not going to recharge anymore. If you've got 5 on the go, at least doing a battle or 2 or 3 doesn't take more than a few minutes if you've got your deck right. So you want to be able to just absolutely chunk through it and be able to get all the rewards as quickly as possible. So make sure that you are not letting it fill up to 5. If it's getting close to the 5th one and maybe you've got a few battles, just do 1 or 2 and you've got yourself another 12 hours to be able to do it again. So that's always kind of number 1. We then have the actual beginner, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert decks. And as you'll see on each of them, pretty much most will contain water. That's kind of the whole point. You might find some kind of colorless cards as well. Sometimes they might kind of be prevalent in the deck, but you will have challenges for each of them. So this is going to be perfect for just going through and making sure you are getting your event hourglasses. So you've got knock out your opponent's active Pokemon 1 time with lightning type Pokemon. put 3 basic Pokemon into play. You've got your first clear rewards, which you're going to have to do anyway to unlock everything else. You've then got the intermediate one, which is going to feature Blastoise. You're going to get a Chatot and a few more of the water types. And you've got to knock out your opponent's active Pokemon 2 times with an attack from a lightning type, put stage 1 Pokemon into play, and win this battle by 14 turns. Obviously, a lot of these challenges are going to be very similar to what we've seen in just the normal solo battles. Again, you'll get the drop reward chance, and you'll also get the first clear rewards. You're going to get that every single time, so that's fine. We then move into the expert one, which is where we find a few more different challenges. So with the expert one, you'll obviously have the Blastoise EX, you've got Articuno, Vaporeon, and Eevee to go in here. So multiple ways to be able to go against this, and we have a few more challenges. These are going to be for Wonder Hourglasses, so you got to win this battle using a deck basically with non-EX, special art kind of rarity, and it's just going to be with the standard. So as you can see here, we've got Blastoise with the 4 rarity. You're going to have to win it with like a Vaporeon, a Wartortle, and maybe like somebody just on the lower end rather than necessarily going for the full stars with Articuno. That'll get you the Wonder Pick 5, win this battle by turn 12. You can also come back to this as well. You don't have to do this all in one. You have win this battle without your opponent getting any points, win 20 or more battles and 10 as well. This will be important in a little bit. Then you've obviously got the first clear reward, and you move on to the expert. So this is going to have the Blastoise, and to be honest, a few different abilities, like I said, very early on, that they may not get to the Blastoise every time. So you want to make sure that you are hitting hard and hitting quick. We got win 5 or more battles by 14 turns, the same with the rarity, and win this battle without any points. Now the big thing and the biggest mistake that you don't want to make, if you are just looking for the rewards rather than necessarily the challenging, once you get to the expert deck or the final advanced deck, you do not want to be missing out, because the big thing with the expert deck is the actual drop reward chance here for the volume 3 promo pack is going to be 100%. I don't quite know the full percentages of the others, but basically it goes down to like 75, 60, and 50. So if you are farming for the promo pack specifically, you want to get to the expert deck and basically keep doing that one. This will guarantee you a drop chance 100% of the time. Every time you beat that expert deck, you will always get a promo pack. And it's one thing that I've definitely missed out on because I'm trying to do the challenges, which is not a bad thing. If you want more Wonder Pick Hourglasses and you've got all of the event Pokemon, then by all means, go and do the intermediate, the advanced, whatever challenges you've got left, because obviously you do sometimes need to do 20 battles, 10 battles, you've got 5 or more battles here. You want to actually try and get them Wonder Picks as well, if you've already got all the promo cards. So making sure that you are doing the expert to get all of the rewards, then actually finishing off all the challenges is absolute key to make the most of this event. All of it's just to pretty much get the promo packs, all the challenges done, and once you've done all that, unless you are then trying to potentially get more for trades, then pretty much your event's done. We'll focus on the next event that will be coming very soon, and that's all you need to know about the Blastoise drop event. Let me know if it helps. Peace.